The former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole, who is also the chairman joint committee of the Senate and House of Representatives on Interior, has expressed concern over the inhumane treatment of prisoners in various correctional centers nationwide. He said that the dogs belonging to the Nigerian correctional centers are being fed better than these inmates. Now, the Nigerian correctional center says it spends 800 naira to feed the dogs and then 750 naira per day to feed these inmates. Today, we are out in the streets to ask Nigerians what they think about this. Do you think that 750 naira is enough to feed an inmate? We'll find out. My name is Aisha Abdullah for Trust Vox Pop. Come with us. Do you think 750 naira can feed an inmate per day, sir?
No. How can 750 naira feed a grown-up person, even a child? A child that is born today, you cannot think of 750 naira to feed a child. Because now, if you go to the market, let's be honest to ourselves, we're all Nigerians. If you go to the market now, we are buying spaghetti before 120 naira, 100 naira, we are complaining. Today, one spaghetti is 650 naira. Some 700 naira. So how you mean that somebody will eat one spaghetti in the morning, in the afternoon and the evening? So it's not possible for 750 naira to feed a grown-up person per day. It's not possible.
Of course, it's not enough. You know, when you look at the current economic state of things, 750 is less than $1, and it's not enough. That's just the bottom line. It's not enough.
One person, is that like just breakfast or a day? The full day. Like this now, I'm going there. That's what I want to use to eat now, and that's like 750 should be like with one meat, and you're not talking about feeding an inmate for a whole full day. That's really bad. I don't think that should be done.
It's not sufficient because due to the financial challenges, it's not favorable to our situation that we are now. I think if governments will be, I think they'll be increasingly, as I'm standing here, even 1,000 naira cannot feed me a day, talk less of the prisoners. So I think it's not a welcome idea. They have to look over it. And the prisoners, some of them that are there, they are innocent people, and there are people that can be better in this generation that we're in, and they are still dumping there. I think government have to look over it and how to assist them. I think that's my own opinion.
No, because 700 naira now is one plate of food now from 500 to 700 naira in a time. But if you calculate 3 times, it's getting to 2,000 without pure water, without transport or something like that. 700 naira is too less to feed somebody in Nigeria.
How do you think that these inmates' lives can be better improved?
Yeah, I think government should look over it to look for handwork for them as they're there, to educate them and to encourage them by sending some people to give them a word of life, a word of God, so that at least Malam, pastors and some people that can at least that can touch their lives. Some of them that are there, in fact, they need such people. So I think this is what government should do.
So that means now dog the chop pass human being 800 naira. Well, I feel the government should really look at the budget. It's not just about stocking them up there in prison, regardless of what their crimes are. They are human beings. So the government should really go through the budget and then see how they can amend that 750 naira to feed a person for a full day. That's really bad. So I feel the government should look at the budget and draft out a new means of feeding them.
At least 3,000. At least 3,000 in a day. If somebody work, you gain 100,000 in a month. If you calculate it, at least a 3,000 something in a day. This 3,000 you feed somebody from morning, afternoon and the night 3 times. That is the only thing I am expecting. If you have in my hand or in anybody in Nigeria now 3,000, at least 3,000, you can spend it from morning to the afternoon or to night.
You know, inmates still have to come with their own money to be able to buy things in prison. And you know, the whole prison system in Nigeria needs an overhaul. The government needs to step in to renovate structures, provide beds. I know they are living the sentence, yes, but they are still human beings and they still need to be able to live a comfortable, to an extent, a comfortable life, to live out their sentence and die. For those that are life in prison, that are there for life, live out their lives and get to the end of their term in peace. Yeah. So if the government can step in, renovate structures, provide beds, provide adequate feeding to them, they are still human beings, of course, and they still deserve to live a comfortable life to an extent. Yes.
To me, my suggestion to the government is that instead of giving the money, bringing the money to feed them, they can bring food, because as a government, we have a food bank. Instead of government to bring money and say, okay, we are feeding per person, because this, to me, this is a way of stealing money. If you say you are feeding an inmate, you can go there with food. You can employ somebody who will be cooking for them. Government has a food bank. Government can bring food to the prison and employ some people. This is a way of creating another form of employment for women that can be in the prison and be cooking for them. Instead of bringing money, 750 and say this is what they use to feed an inmate, because it's not possible. So my suggestion for the government is that government should bring food to the prison and they cook for them 3 times per week.